When we as individuals actually understand our position in society as well as the path we should take, it not only alleviates the pressure from us for the future, but also gives us a minimal guarantee to do so. Our society today has conformed to such a culminated culture where if you don't succeed, or if you haven't decided where you want to study or where you want to be by the time you've graduated, you are looked down upon by your peers. And the problem in this is that the constant pressure and lack of genuineness that you are forced to conform yourself to what society wants to or what society ideal wants to be is so that you can only be seen as socially acceptable. And it's because of this that in such what we want now is a more accepting society. In such using this system is actually much likelier for us not only to strive for something but also to know for sure that there is something in the first place for us. And in such, I want to begin with my second clarification. What this debate is actually about. This debate will focus around the aspect of the system and application that this provides for us, not just for careers but also aptitude. So, in such, this debate is actually revolved around the ideal of having an accurate profession aptitude result. And so, the burden that we need to prove as the government is that why exactly this technology is needed, especially within high school, and also the impact that this can actually bring to the future, not just in high school, but in our society and general lives. And such opposition needs to prove why exactly this technology isn't needed and why their world is actually better and what ideal they have can actually replace this. Going on to my clarification, how we'll look on our will and the structure. Firstly, the analysis is accurate through reading your current aptitude and abilities. In such, it's not just the basis of what you'll be, it's also what's recommended for most suitable according to not just your skills, but also your interests, as you're likelier to have high skills in what you take interest in. For example, if you like teaching, then it's more likely that your academic skills or instructor abilities are actually quite adept or adept at minimum. And in such, there won't be any issues with this being a basis of job hiring. Like people rely on this for what you will be in society. Whatever aptitude result you get, that's what you're going to be. And there won't be an issue with a lack of interest in their job. As I've mentioned, it's based off them and them alone. And there won't also be any issues with bad jobs because it's based off your current aptitude, which can be improved. So in such, this not only is a basis of scaling your aptitude, but also in such provides more incentive to actually continue to work hard while in high school to receive a better result. So, going on to my first argument, why this actually mutually beneficial aspect to our society and students. So, for some contextualization, often you'll find high school students lost and in general lacking motivation to pursue anything, perhaps because they don't have any interest or they haven't found any interest yet. In such, this can actually provide a better ideal for those who are currently lost or those who haven't really found what they really want to do, or at the minimum, it'll give them an idea of what they should do. In such, the premise behind this is that with this technology in mind, students can at least rely on the objective basis of what they should work as, or if they truly don't wish to pursue the life path that the technology has offered or shown to them, then that's not a problem either, because now at the least they know what they don't want and what they want to be. In such, in general, it benefits them in the best and worst case scenario. So on to my argument. The general analysis of this is so that students can not only incorporate this knowledge into their lifestyle, but also it perhaps gives a better ideal or a good ideal of work ethic to get a better career or in general just find a true career path that they want. So this overall not only alleviates stress from students because of uncertainty in the future, this actually just in such just will help them also decide what exactly they want to do. And so why this is justified in the first place is because in general there isn't much of an issue here. If you have a bad aptitude towards something, it doesn't mean that you'll be given a bad job. Everyone has your own interests. And in such, even if you are not the most academically gifted or you may not be the smartest individual, you will still be provided the best job in your own best interest. In such, even if you may perhaps not have the best grades, or maybe perhaps you're not just in general very gifted when it comes to academics or studies, there will certainly still be something for you. For example, people, even though they may not be so gifted in studies, they may be interested in sports, they may be interested in gaming, or maybe they're interested in arts. In such, this actually benefits every student and it's not exclusive to only smart or gifted students. So in general, this benefit applies to every student. And so the overall impact and importance that this comes to is that other students who are often perhaps less successful in academics or just generally not very gifted in what they do or in certain fields, then when they if they do get made fun of, and if they do lose their sense of identity, they actually have a way to know your best standing, and not only as a person but also the best way you can regain confidence is that in such a situation you can actually have a better idea of what you will be, even if you might not be the best at a certain field. And so in general, when this happens, degrading people won't affect them so much. People will still have their confidence, and it's important because when you let these people remain degraded, their potential opportunity may be shut down simply because they think they're not worth anything. But now this technology can actually objectively determine their true ability, and it can truly show them what they can be. And in so people won't really feel the need to lose their motivation or decentivization, or feel decentivized simply because they're made fun of, or simply because they're not so gifted in a certain field. And so because of this, when you now have a better idea of what you actually want to do, not just in accordance to not your own understanding but also objective standing, it will fix many issues, not just limited to something like stress. It also provides a better way to know your progress towards a certain field. So if, for example, you aren't yet suitable for a certain job you wish for, it's very easy to track what you want to be or how ready you are for that job. And such impacts provided is not just a better way of not only understanding your position but also your progress in the process. And so the general impact to society is not only a more organized method for defining who exactly more is suitable for a certain job, but it also shows if someone is actually truly adept in their field, providing industries and colleges a better idea of who to specifically accept, as they are already at minimum qualifying for such a role or having potential. So the impact yet again provided by this is not that those who are truly adept in their field can secure a job much better and likelier, and this won't backfire in the context where those who are less qualified won't be accepted for a job, as this technology, as mentioned, will specifically cater to your most optimal skill. If you truly aren't adept in something or not as adept in your maximum potential, it's not likely for this to be determined as your job. In such, the general analysis and elaboration I can conclude from this is that when our society still runs with so much apparent change, not only will we have a better ideal for who we are as people, but we also have a more generally organized structure, not just for education, but also for the workforce. And in such, our world is better because our world provides still the world we know. There's no guarantee that you'll get the job you wish for, and there's no guarantee that you'll succeed in this workplace or you'll succeed in society. But now, at the minimum, now we know at least that what we can do as individuals and what we seek in our inherent abilities. And in such impacts provided to us is just that we can actually understand our position not just in society but in ourselves. And so this self-understanding can not only lead to more benefits in perhaps your confidence, especially most important students, but also in how you perform in general day-to-day life. And in such a unique benefit from a house is then that students can actually work towards their specific career without fearing the level of skill that they need. For example, maybe you want to work towards a certain career, but you don't know yet if you're capable enough for it. Now, with this, you'll have less doubt, anxiety, or fear, knowing that whatever comes up on that technology, on that piece of machine, you know for sure at the minimum that's what you currently are capable for. And so, how this provides a better ideal is that it's not only harmonious for our own house, but also the world in general. It's such a technology that existed. It's inherent that we have to make the most out of it. And so, what we actually achieve is not just a more conforming society that you can cater with your own abilities, but you also have better control of your life in terms of career. And it's not so fearsome anymore to go into the real workplace. It's not something that people detest. It's not something that people really feel that imminent danger in. You actually know now your place in society, and it's because of this I'm proud to propose.